The first impression that comes to our mind about any college: tall buildings, big classrooms, large lobby areas, thick books, IT labs, assignments, class tests, and projects. Nothing besides that. Every hour, minute, second spent here help us carving and shaping our persona, cultivating innovative mindsets for the challenging world. Learning is a lifelong process. Sharing knowledge, inculcating values of life, spark the innovative horizons of mind. Fun and frolic is the nature of every nook and corner here. A daily dose of thrill we are sure to get here.
Leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. A very good afternoon to one and all. I, MS Devishri, welcome you all to the celebration of SPARC Foundation Day. SPARC, Students with Positive Attitude and Resonating Communication, is the student council introduced by DME Media School with the vision of student representation and enhancing the leadership skills of budding professionals. SPARC's mission, in order to prepare the students for the real world, has always been to achieve leadership skills, effective work, and quality execution. SPARC was an idea mooted by Dr. Amrish Saxena, Dean DME Media School, and was formalized in the presence of the class representatives and mentors. Set up on August 26, 2019, SPARC was created on the premise of providing a platform and opportunities for the holistic growth of students. It aims at empowering the students with a sense of responsibility towards the institution and fellow students, and to ensure congenial atmosphere on campus and off campus for the overall growth of students. SPARC believes in creating leaders for tomorrow and instilling students with a positive attitude and positive energy. The council was formally unveiled by Mr. Aman Sahani, Vice Chairman, and Justice Bhavar Singh, Director General of DME, on September 19, 2019. I would now like to invite Dr. Amrish Saxena, Dean DME Media School, to share his thoughts on this occasion.
Thank you, Devishri. So it is indeed a matter of great pleasure that we are organizing this. We are celebrating this Foundation Day of SPARC. It has been 2 years now since we started working. And it was, in fact, during one of the interactions with the class representatives and other students that we decided that we should formally set up a student body, a council, which can more concentrate on the issues, on the activities which normally the students want to do. And if we look at the importance of a student in any educational institution, they are the major stakeholders. Obviously, when we talk about education and the way the education is imparted in educational institutions, we, the teachers, are always having an upper hand. We have an edge, and students are always on the receiving end. But then the whole thought behind, as I look at and my faculty members look at, that if we do not provide the required liberty, the freedom to the students, and we do not give them a chance to do whatever they want to do, and unless they themselves are decided to take course of the activities that they want to undertake, no education will be complete. So going by this thought, we decided to set up this body, SPARC, that is Students with Positive Attitude and Resonating Communication. So for about a year or so, this, why Foundation Day we are celebrating on 26th of August, because that was the day when we deliberated and decided to form this council, and we actually formed this council. Then thereafter we decided to have a formal unveiling of the council, which happened on 19th of September. But then we decided to continue with this 26th of August as a Foundation Day. So last year also we celebrated it, and incidentally we formed this council in 2019 when the things were normal, and since March 2020 the things changed in view of this COVID-19. So the first anniversary happened during this pandemic, and it happened in the online mode last year. And this year also, incidentally, it is happening online because the things have not opened up properly. The one big change that we introduced few months back, the earlier the SPARC was more or less, I would say, was continuing in the conventional mode in the sense wherein we were deciding most of the things, and we were trying to rope in the students in whatever we were doing. So a few months back, we decided to change this equation as well. And we put the students on the forefront. So now, whether I or Dr. Susmita Bala or any of the faculty members, they are not in the lead. The students are in the lead. We are simply the advisors or the facilitators and all. So there are two conveners of this body, and both the conveners are the students. So they always decide what is to be done, and then they approach us. We are in agreement mostly with whatever they are trying to do, and then we provide all kind of support to them. And talking about today's celebration, the Foundation Day celebration, here also what all is to be done is decided by the student. They have made their videos, they have made their posters, they have made their backdrop, and more than one video they have produced highlighting as to what all activities have happened during the recent past. So that is the basic thought behind this part. And I feel that it's going on well, and students are always doing whatever responsibility they assign to themselves, whether it's anchoring, whether it's video editing, whether it's making a promo, or whether it's conceiving an idea or executing an idea. And I feel that in the time to come, the SPARC is bound to grow further. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. Ravikant Swami, Director DME, to impart a few words of wisdom to Team SPARC.
It's indeed an important day for us that SPARC is now 2 years young. And what I see in SPARC is, like, if you talk in the traditional sense, colleges had student unions and elections, but then with the IT sector, gone are the days of unions. Similarly, from student unions, the transformation is something like SPARC. So SPARC is empowering the students, but in a different way, I'll say a modern way, which is in sync with the globalization, privatization, and liberalization of this world. I have observed the events of SPARC, and as Dean Sir said, what Dean Sir was saying is that these are student organized activities. Well, while Modi ji was CM of Gujarat, he said, better government means lesser governance. So that is what we see in SPARC also. A better SPARC means that teachers, the dean, the HOD, they have a lesser role to play. They do guide, but then they do not interfere, they do not intervene. So yes, better governments, they do mean lesser governance. Similarly, a better SPARC means lesser role of the teachers and the faculty. And I do observe such a role played by the students. I wish my very best to the future of SPARC. I'm very sure it is going to empower the students as it has done in the past 2 years. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call Mr. Aman Sani, Vice Chairman DME, to address the gathering.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be part of this event. And I do remember very clearly the foundation day of SPARC, the first time all of us met and discussed the idea of SPARC and the positivity that it brought with itself. And it's very heartening to see that the events organized by SPARC and the activities and the deliberations tend to focus on very noble causes and very good issues, the issues that our youth faces today, that our students face today, and how we can improve, how we can get better and make for a better society and better community. I heard right now the many things, the important traits, characteristics, qualities that were mentioned by Deveshri when she described the objectives of SPARC. She said that it is something that promotes leadership skills and teamwork and a sense of responsibility, developing the right attitude and decision-making skills. And I can honestly tell you that these are skills, these are attributes that are not easy to learn, not easy to acquire, that you cannot just learn off a book, that you may be advised many things, but you have to use opportunities in real life to showcase that you have learned them and practice them to get better. And this is what SPARC is all about. It is about that opportunity of getting better, of improving yourself every day. And let me also assure you that these skills matter perhaps a lot more than an A grade in your exam or this much percentage. These are lifelong skills. So these will also serve you really, really well, not just professionally, but also personally. So this is a fantastic opportunity for the students involved. You've been doing really well. We're very proud of you. And I wish that you continue to learn and develop your personalities and get better, and you continue to inspire students who will come after you. My best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The guest for today's event is Miss Anie Ribu Joshy, a psychology student, transformation life coach, and motivational influencer from Kerala. The session will be followed by question and answers, moderated by Dr. Tina Mbora, Assistant Professor, DME Media School. I also request the audience to post their questions in the chat box. Now I request Tina ma'am to introduce the guest. Over to you, ma'am.
Anie Ribu Joshi is a psychology student, transformation life coach, and motivational influencer from Kerala. Annie rose to attention when she challenged Prime Minister Narendra Modi to wipe out the drug mafia from the country, appreciating his efforts to bring issues such as Clean India to the forefront and reposing faith in his leadership. The youngster implored Modi to take action against disastrous things such as drugs, alcohol, and save the youth from ruining their lives. At the age of 15, Annie started giving talks to help students and individuals realize their worth and inspire them to be global leaders by helping them transform their mindsets. Annie has addressed more than 700 institutions and trained more than 500,000 individuals. She received various awards and recognitions from around the world. Her constant commitment and motivational charm helped create a transformation storm across the world. I would now like to call Ms. Anie Ribu Joshi to share her thoughts on this occasion.
Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you so much, Dr. Saxena and all the members of SPARC for having me today as a special speaker, guest speaker. And I'm really honored to be part of SPARC because after reading everything about SPARC and what SPARC have done in the past 2 years from 2019, I've been very inspired and, if possible, let me join SPARC too. Today is a very special occasion and I'm really, really, really happy to be a part of the celebration. And just like me, I'm sure every member of SPARC is a leader and have a very inspirational story behind their activities and everything that they do in SPARC. So the 20 minutes that I've got, all I want to talk to you is about being a better helper, a better human in a society where people have issues, in a society where people need help. And as SPARC members, and as the word says SPARC, let's leave sparkle behind and let people be guided by the light. So what I want to talk to you today is confident people inspire confidence in others. So in order to have a bigger mission, a greater mission, it's important for us as students, as members of the society to be confident in everything that we do, in everything that we love to do, that we have in mind. Everything that we do today, everything that we're doing right now, everything that we want to do in 5 years or in 10 years, everything that we have in our mind that we are still planning, will happen. There's nothing stopping it from happening. And one thing that I say in every class and every opportunity that I get is that our thoughts create the reality that we live in. It's important to know that our thoughts is the result of the reality that is happening. As SPARC members, you have done a lot of trainings, you have done a lot of programs in the past 2 years, and it's the result of and the reality and the result that you got from that events for conducting such programs, for forming such a vibrant group and helping students empower, helping students be positive, helping students create all the positive mindset. It's really inspiring. And in few years, I'm pretty sure that SPARC is going to take up into level up into a very, fly up high and reach the goals that I've read about SPARC. So our thoughts that we have right now is a result, will result in our reality that is going to happen. So if you are very confident in what you're doing right now, if you're very confident in what you want to go and do, you will have to always know deep down that everything that you think right now, everything that you do right now will result in your reality that is going to happen. I'm sure many students here, even I was one of you who thought, okay, tomorrow is unsure. I'm not sure what is going to happen tomorrow. And all these kind of thoughts that it's uncertain tomorrow, so let's just live happy today. I gotta say that's not true, because our actions and words are the reason, are the only reason, and we are the only people who create our reality for tomorrow. So it's important for us as students and especially leaders of SPARC to be in forefront, confidently knowing and believing that all our words and all the actions that we do right now result in the reality that we're creating for the tomorrow, for the students tomorrow, for the society tomorrow, for the future generations that's coming. Because SPARC today is celebrating its second foundation year. And of course, this will be remembered. Everything that you do will be remembered. And yeah, so the actions and words that you do is very, 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 very important. It's kind of like awkward because I'm staring at myself. So if possible, if you can turn on your cameras, it'll be great, because I'd love to see all your faces, only if it's possible. And so everybody in their lives must have heard that you should have a backup plan, that you should have a plan to fall back on if nothing is going the way you want it to go. I've heard it plenty of times. You must have heard it plenty of times. I think the idea of having a backup plan, the idea of falling back on, is something that we should not consider, especially as SPARC leaders. If you have a plan, if you have a goal, you should always remember to see the end result, that you should know, okay, where am I going? What am I going to gain when I reach that end result, when I reach that end goal? And how can it benefit others? And everything that is related to the things that you do. Setting goal is important, and having this goal should benefit you, should benefit others. And as I've read the detailed description of what SPARC has done. I keep mentioning SPARC because it's really inspiring, and I've got chills, because not every college have a student union to come forward and address the issues of students, being there for the students, by the students, of the students. It's really inspiring, and I truly wish that SPARC not only stays within DME, but expand to everywhere in India. I wish students look at you and take inspiration from Dr. Saxena and all the members and leaders and teachers and professors in SPARC, and expand this whole idea of students being there for students. Because not every time you feel comfortable to open up to your professor, because professor is someone, of course, we respect, we fear, we keep some distance. So it's not completely possible to open up to our professor, but being there for the students is really, really important. And I am, really, really hoping that SPARC expand to everywhere in India, maybe around the world, and maybe in 10 years, rise up like United Nations or any other student union that's out there, because students need, not just students, every teenager, every person who's growing up needs someone to be there to guide them. Sometimes we know the answers. Every one of us know the answers. It's not that we don't know what to do. It's just sometime in life we just get stuck. We have a lot of things in our mind and we clearly stop thinking. And that issue happened to most of us because we will be kind of, inside all those deep thoughts, we'll be completely lost. And all we need is someone to give us more options than the ones we think, to be there for us and to, give us a helping hand when we fall down and all these things. So it's important as SPARC leaders, members of SPARC, to know, to see the positive things in others, to be there for others, and give that helping hand, give that extra options to students who are stuck. For people like us, we always have options. People like us, we always have answers. And we should always help students who are stuck, who are lost. We give options, you raise them up, you make sure that you reach the goals that you've written, the goals that you've planned. It's really inspiring. I'm genuinely honored to be part of the celebration. So confident people inspire confidence in others. And let me tell you one thing that I've learned from 5 years of giving trainings and talks. Confidence is never about comparison. Okay, never compare yourself with others. Confidence is never, ever about comparing yourself to others. Of course, there will be people better than you. Of course, there will be people who do things better than you. Of course, there will be people who, do things in their own way. And when they look at us, they might see a completely different person with a completely different set of neural wirings, a completely different set of ideas, a completely different set of everything. All of us are different. We cannot compare ourselves with anybody. Okay, we might have insecurities. We might be, not self-confident, in coming forward. At that time, you should realize that what we are, only we can be. Okay, what we are, only we can be that. What we do, only only we are the only ones who can do what we can do. Is that clear, or did I complicate things? So doing things in your own style is something only you can do as an individual in this world who have unique abilities, unique thinking skills, unique everything, including your brain patterns and thought patterns. And imagine people who think differently coming together. You can knock down all the doors of opportunities and go and rule the world. So having confidence doesn't mean comparing yourself with others. Being confident means you are accepting yourself and you know that you are worthy, that you can completely take down every barrier that is in front of you. So be confident, be fearless. Self-confidence comes with a fearless attitude. And to be confident in something, it's not like you cannot invite confidence. Like knock in confidence. Confidence is, yeah, okay, come on in. I cannot do that. So confidence is something that we should develop with practice and repetition. You might do things today that you are not good at. You just at the starting stage, you must be a complete rookie. And next day you get to practice a little bit more. And then in a week, you might get a hang of it. And with practice and repetition, anything is possible. Everything is possible. And as SPARC members, I'm sure that you have done a lot of things. You're planning to do a lot of things and let your wings, expand your wings and fly higher and with confidence. Because if you're confident, of course, people who look at you, people who hear you, people who see you, people who think of you as their role model will definitely feel inspired and come forward to join SPARC, to join the movement, to join the change. So it's not an easy thing to change. Change is completely difficult. If you've been there, if you went through the process of change, maybe personality, maybe behavior, maybe something in your life, change is never easy. So if you've been through the part of change, it's completely a relief if you have someone with you to guide you through the change that is happening. So remember that if SPARC members, as SPARC members and the other members, as other students, remember to be confident. Remember that you are not alone in this world. Remember that you always have others, and remember, above all, remember that you have yourself. It is important to know that we have ourselves. If we don't believe in ourselves, if we don't prioritize ourselves, if you don't believe in yourself, you cannot go and make other people believe in yourself, believe in themselves. So it's important, if you are a leader, you have to believe in yourself. You have to prioritize yourself. Don't give in, don't give up. You can always start a 1,000-mile journey alone. You can always fight your demons alone. But if you in psychology, there's this word called confidence. It's completely about depending on others, waiting for appraisal, waiting for what other people might think, their expectations. Don't wait for any of that. Of course, there will be expectations for you, but don't let that burden you, because you always will have and will win if you have yourself, because knowing that you have yourself is the greatest power that any one of us can have. And also, one thing that I should say is, while fighting all these battles, know that you have your professors, you have your SPARC members to help you. And that's not something that happens always. That's not something that you can see in everyday life. Student councils, I've been to colleges, I've seen student councils, and this is an entirely new concept. And know that you're never alone, and being there for yourself, being there for others, it's a very great thing. And I'm sure in 10 years time, DM me and also Delhi Media School and all your professors. And of course, Dr. Saxena will be very proud to have started this council, started this group of students with positive mindset. When people get lost, they tend to see the negative side of everything. You might have heard this statement about the glass, a half-filled glass. You can look at a glass, half-filled glass, and either if from your perspective, if you have a positive mindset, you can say the glass is half filled. But if you have a negative mindset, if you are leaning towards the negative thoughts, you can say that the glass is half empty. So it's important that our perspective in things resonate or can affect the way we think, can affect the way we perceive the reality that we have. If we see a beautiful flower, rose, and we can say that it's a very beautiful flower, excluding all the thorns and all the tricks that we have, and look at the beauty, look at the beauty of things, stop. We can stop judging people. There will be people, there will be students, especially as girls, especially as boys, we might have insecurities. It's because we are looking at the half-empty glass. Look at the half-filled glass. Change your perspective when you look at things. Changing that perspective will completely change your life. I'm saying this from experience because I was completely very insecure about how I look. I was completely insecure about being, coming forward, doing things. But I changed it from when I was 12 because I knew that changing myself, I can help change others. And that mindset that I got helped me change lives of students, change lives of individuals. And I'm sure, just like me, you as SPARC members, as individuals, can come forward and be the reason for someone's smile, be the reason for someone's change, be the reason for someone to look at the glass and say that it's half filled and not half empty. So having a positive mindset does matter. So as SPARC, as the name suggests, students with positive attitude and resonating, so everything. So you all have positive attitude and built in yourself. I'm sure your professors helped you, guided you, mentored you to be the person that you are today. Know that you're never alone, and always don't fall back, fall forward. Having a backup plan does matter. Having a goal does matter. But remember, setting a goal and while traveling to reach that goal, And if you get stuck in between, don't change the goal, don't change the end result, don't change the end destination. Change your action pattern, change the course, change the direction. You can take another train, you can take another, another opportunity, you can knock another door. You always have other ways to reach that goal. Changing your goals just because you get stuck is never an option. Have positive attitude and look at things in a positive way. And remember that you're never alone. And the greatest gift that we have as students, as individuals, and as human beings living on planet Earth is the gift of decision. We have the power to decide what is right, what is wrong. It's not that somebody is forcing us to choose. It's our own decision. If something is good for you, you say yes. If something is bad for you, you say no. And you have to know what is good and what is bad for you. So we have the power and decision, the greatest gift that we have. So this decision capacity, the power of choice is within us. You want to change, it's your choice. You want to win, it's your choice. You want to grow, it's your choice. You want to be confident, it's your choice. Because I cannot, control you. I cannot change the programming and make you a perfect human. There's nothing. There's no perfection in every. Okay. Let me rephrase that sentence. There is no perfect humans. There is no perfect human beings, because all of us have our own flaws. And embracing these flaws is when we get powerful, when we get confident to take that one step that can change the entire life and our entire life. So remember to stick to the path and change the course pattern if you get stuck, and remember that you're never alone. As SPARC members, leave your sparkle behind and let it shine and light and be a light in the lives of students who are there. And always remember to have a positive attitude towards everything. If you're positive, you can inspire others to be positive. And it's always your choice. Change is of course never easy, but it's always your choice. You can either embrace the change, you can either say no, you can either say yes, you can either be whatever you want. The word called success. It's not all about money. It's not always about happiness. Success can, you can define it in your own perspective, and your perspective does matter. And having a positive perspective will, obviously help you lead a positive life, and having a positive life will definitely make you happy. Ultimately, as human beings, it is important for us to be happy and satisfied in things we do. And having a goal matter. And when you start something, remember that it will always end. There's always everything that starts, it ends. Everything that is created does get destroyed in time, but there is time in between. The little line between our birth and death describes how we live. You can either be legends, or you can either just sit in your room and do the things that you do every day because you think it's just tomorrow is uncertain and stuff. All those thoughts that we have as teenagers and youngsters. Yeah. So remember that you can always be legends. Remember to always know what you want from the end result. Know that there is always an end result, and know why are you starting something. And I wish all the best for every SPARC member, all the professors, and also when you start something, what do you want to gain from it? Let it shine and let it sparkle and let it spread and expand throughout the globe. And as students, be inspired and go and inspire others, be there for each other, and let us, embrace the world of opportunities, because we have everything in our fingertips. And let us be positive. And always remember, ladies, gentlemen, professors, and everyone, that the power of choice is within you, and you have greatest gift of choice. It's your decision. Ultimately, even if I say everything, ultimately it's your choice. So be there for each other, even though you feel a bit distant with your professors. Know that SPARC will always be there for you, and know that SPARC will always be there for you to give you the right thoughts, to give you the right direction, to give you the right positive attitude that you need. when you feel alone. And make sure you never feel alone, because when we have ourselves, we have the world. Thank you. I think I took the entire time. Yep, that's perfect, I guess.
Thank you, Annie. Some of our
You're welcome.
students have some questions for you.
I'll be happy to answer
Yes.
those questions.
They're asking, how did you manage to stay positive and dedicated when you wanted to eradicate the drug problem from India?
Well, why I started my mission of going not against, speaking up regarding the issues of drug is because when I was 4, I lost my dad because he was an alcoholic, and growing up without a dad, and I honestly did not know how he died. But then later on when I grew up, social life, school life, my friends started sharing about their issues with their family. And I started seeing this pattern that I was repeating, because in almost every family, not completely like every family, like 60% back then, every family had their own issues related to alcohol and instant stimulants. So when I looked around, I saw, clubs and societies and people and students and communities who come forward and talk about other social issues, but none coming forward to talk about drugs and all the issues that is creating in the lives, in the families, especially in youngsters. So it was more of like a personal mission. And I started researching when I was in 8th standard, and I realized that India had 316 million youngsters, and more than 60% of them are getting addicted, and yet there is no permanent solution for drug menace. And so when I started off this mission, I always had this image in mind of people being happy, people coming forward, and happy family. I didn't want any other child to lose their dad, because if what have happened to me, I did not want that to happen. Didn't want that to repeat. So that end result, that end goal was kind of very important to me. So I started this research, and I got help from United Nations. I got all the books and all the materials. So I realized that other than supply production approach, reducing the supply, I realized by reducing the demand from our own side, we can say no to all these things. We can create a change, by changing the mindset and the attitude of people. Of course, it will always be available in the market. We cannot completely, bippity-boppity-boo and vanish. So it'll always be there. So by changing one's mindset, if you say no, of course, there will be people who hate to eat meat, who's non-veg and veg. So it's your own decision, saying no to meat, saying no to, maybe vegetarian food. So developing that decision from our own side is what matters. So by creating that demand reduction approach, that mindset, changing the attitude of one students, especially, it mattered because my goal was to help change students who are under 20 years of age, because it's a brain development. And this demand reduction approach, it completely focuses on training and everything. So this end goal of happy families, smiling families, and changed mindsets, and more promising futures, that always helps me stay positive. And being positive is not just something that I developed, it's something that I've always had inside. So even if I hear someone screaming or yelling at me, I try to look at the positive side. Just like I said, I look at the filled glass water, not the empty side. So always looked at the positive side. Even though I reason a lot inside, I always keep a happy face, and that helped me a lot. I think that I helped you answer your question.
Yes.
Answer your
And
question.
it also helped answer another question that was coming in, that what are your coping mechanisms on the days when you feel demotivated? I think that's something you have already covered. And yes, one important question is, because now since almost a year and a half, students have been, doing online classes, and there's no offline classes, there's no physical presence in their classrooms. So they're asking how to keep themselves motivated during such circumstances.
Of course, before, let me do a small background check. Of course, we had offline classes. And when we come back home, what did we all do? Did we all just keep our phones and tabs away and to completely dedicate ourselves reading books and doing offline activities? I doubt that. Of course, we had our online life before, but of course, what changed is concentrating with these devices, especially when it's about serious study topics. It's completely difficult to stay focused, and staring at the phone for 9 hours straight. If it's not PUBG or any other video game, it's completely difficult for everybody. So having online classes, we cannot stop online classes. We cannot completely say no to digital life, because of course our world is transforming into a digital world. And as as media students, you dedicate half your lifetime, I think completely your lifetime, in front of all these digital medias and equipments. So I won't say you have to stay away from all these digital classes or online classes. If you dedicate yourself 9 hours or 6 hours, I'm sure not 9 hours, maybe 3 to 6 hours dedicating into online class, make sure that you do something that makes you happy without the digital presence, without using the digital medias. Because not every student, from personal experience, not every student attend online classes and turn on their cameras and stay attentive all 6 hours. And it's tiring to always listen to classes and lectures, even though you haven't had this kind of experience. For non-media students, you haven't had any experience of attending all these classes. So to stay motivated to attend these classes is one thing that I can say, one thing that I'm practicing is by doing something offline that encourages me, that motivates me, and that makes me happy. While if your subject is psychology, you attend your classes, and then offline, when you get time, don't just go back to your social media. Don't just go back to your Instagram feed. Don't just go back to WhatsApp. Don't just go back to watching YouTube or Netflix or whatever it is. Look towards a different direction. There are plenty of things that you can do at home without using your digital media. There are books, you can start writing, you can start journaling, and you can inspire yourself with there will be things that you like to do, because the things when we are alone, we start getting innovative ideas. And it's important that we dedicate our alone time, the time that we spend without social media, without anyone, to write down the things that we can do to promote ourselves, to our own growth. And that's important for us. So dedicating yourself to an online class, make sure you show that dedication in your offline life by doing something that you love, doing something that makes you happy. It might be writing, it might be journaling, it might be practicing, it might be working out, it might be going for a run, so with social distancing for sure. Make sure that you keep your mental health along with your physical health. You're focusing every time on all these digital medias. Make sure that you have a strong physique, because it's important. A strong mind is important, so is a strong body. So maybe if you like cooking, try something new, motivate yourself to do something that you like offline. What I do is, after my classes, I dedicate myself writing. Okay, what should I do after 5 years? Okay, what should I do? Okay, and then of course I'll again go back to Google and search all the things like, okay, how can I reach that goal? And then maybe write, create new ideas, create new talents, nurture my talents. We all are talented in something. So yeah, that's what I can say. Do something that you love, do something that can promote your growth. Yeah.
Okay. One last question we'll take. That is, there are some students who feel they are very underconfident and they are not able to express themselves. They have a lot to say, but their underconfidence sometimes pulls them down. So what would be your suggestions for these students, how to build their confidence in speaking out?
So, you must have noticed for the members and ma'am and you too, we are very confident in situations that we are comfortable in. We have our own friends group, our gangs, our friends group, and that when we are with our friends, we are completely confident to speak up, to, maybe say things that we love, stand up for ourselves. Maybe between our family, when we are with our mom and dad and brothers, we feel confident to speak up. When we are comfortable in a situation, we feel really confident to speak up. And sometimes being some people label themselves as introverts and extroverts. It's after all, it's just labels. And if you really are, even if you are an extrovert, if you're an outgoing person, or if you're an introvert, you love to be silent and do things your own way, it's completely fine. And if for students who think that being confident is about completely being outgoing, that's a very false perspective. You don't have to always be outgoing and speaking up to be confident. There are students in class who scream up all the answers, and of course there are students in class who know the answers, but they'll just wait till they call, or they'll just wait because they are positive that they know the answer. So it's important to know that confidence is not about being outgoing. And to be confident in something, maybe to develop self-confidence, you have to eliminate the fear. And to eliminate fear, you have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, there is no point in doing things in life. If we are planning to apply for a job, if you don't believe in yourself that you can achieve something, you can, be successful in that area, there is no point in going towards taking a step towards that goal. So first thing that you should do is you should develop the self-belief inside yourself. And by developing self-confidence, self-belief, then that will slowly eliminate the fear. Fear of what people will think about you. Oh my God, what will he think about me? Oh my God, what will he think about me? All these kind of thoughts will genuinely create fear inside of you, especially if you are in a gathering and you're asked to deliver 2 words or, 2 sentences in front of a huge crowd. You might feel like the whole world has gone down your head, or you might have felt a fear down your spine. All those things is because you don't believe in yourself. You're afraid of something. The fear of failure, the fear of yourself, fear of not being accepted, fear of rejection, all these things, slowly that you developed inside of yourself. It's not something that someone else came and put it in all in here. It's something that you've developed, and of course you are the only person who can change that. So to be confident, remember to always believe in yourself. And by believing in yourself, you eliminate the fear factor, and you eliminate the fear of failure or fear of acceptance. If I'm accepting, I am proud of myself, I am accepting myself, I don't want anybody else to accept accept who I am. Like, I am who I am. If you have that kind of mindset, you can be confident. And of course, if you want to be confident in doing things and speaking up, coming forward and doing something you like to do, but you're scared, but you're not getting that boost, you're not getting that inspiration, that motivation to come forward. All you got to do is you got to practice. With practice and with repetition, you can always be confident. It's something that everybody practice. If you're not if you're just a beginner, a rookie in something, what you do is you practice at your home, in front of the mirror, in front of people, and then slowly in front of huge crowds. Maybe if it's public speaking, if it's something else, if it's anything, whatever it is, with practice and repetition, of course it's possible. And believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is the greatest gift, greatest thing that you should do. Because if you don't believe in yourself, and if you don't accept yourself, it will be hard for to speak up or come forward with new plans for yourself. It's important. That one step that you take is very important. And of course, you might have gotten knocked down plenty of times in life. it's life. It goes up, it goes down, just like a roller coaster ride. If there is no loss, if there is no failure in life, then I won't call it life. You're just not accepting failure in life. Of course, there will be failures. Of course, we might have failed. Of course, we might have lost something. It happens, and you have to embrace all these failures. You have to embrace all the things that you are feeling insecure about, and you start to believe in yourself. And of course, you can go ahead and conquer the world.
Thank you so much, Annie. And I am sure our students would have been quite inspired by your own stories. And now I think it's time to move on with the rest of the event. Over to you, Divyashri.
Thank you, ma'am. Today, we are celebrating 2 years of SPARC's foundation. On that note, let us take a look at SPARC's amazing journey so far.
With a vision of creating an atmosphere where students instilled leadership qualities, sense of responsibility, and zeal to take initiatives, Dr. Ambrish Saxena conceived the idea of SPARC. 2 years ago, on September 19, 2019, SPARC was officially unveiled as the Student Council of DME Media School. SPARC, which stands for Students with Positive Attitude and Resonating Communication, makes sure that it creates a positive environment for the growth of students. The first faculty convener, Ms. Deepika Dhawan, had always motivated and guided the students with the help of Dr. Ambrish Saxena and Dr. Susmita Bala. The members of SPARC have to make sure that they are active in everything that goes on in college and to keep the students updated about it, making sure that there is a proper system of communication between them and the faculty members. The conveners of SPARC have always made sure that everything functions smoothly and motivated the students to come up with suggestions and ideas for activities, campaigns and events. Shruti and I, as the convener of SPARC, always try to work with a lot of enthusiasm, and with the help of SPARC members, we try to fulfill our duties. Congratulations to all the SPARC members for being so hardworking and awesome.
When we came to college, everything was online mode. In January, when our classes started, there was an active committee right from the starting, and that was SPARC. SPARC is a student council body comprising of the CRs and the students who came together from time to time and organized many big events with the help of teachers and conveners. The CRs ensured the optimum communication between their classmates and faculty members. We started this year with the celebration of Vivekanand Jayanti in online mode, followed by many new events on different occasions. These events help us in our overall development and growth. We learn leadership skills, teamwork, how to work within the deadline, how to handle technical aspects, creative aspects, directions, scripting, organizing events, planning the events, and initiating ideas, and many more. Our events are also attended by many well-known and famous guests who share their thoughts and teach us something new every time. Nothing is impossible. SPARC continues to organize many more events today, and this spirit does not even allow us to stop.
Now let's hear from our former SPARC members and faculty members' experience while working in SPARC for the last 2 years.
SPARC is Students with Positive Attitude and Resonating Communication. This is the name of the Student Council in DME Media School. And how this council took birth, it was about 2 years ago in August 2019 when I was taking a session of the class representatives of different sections. So during deliberations and discussions, it came out that we should have one such body which can take care of different kind of activities throughout the year.
A journey full of learning, full of experience, full of inspiration rather.
Having been a part of SPARC, I got to help organize various events and activities. It has helped me develop and improve my technical and leadership skills.
The learning has not just been only from my seniors, Dr. Amrish Saxena or from Dr. Sushmita Bala. The learning has also been from the students.
I have learned a lot here. I have enhanced my skills. It has been a wonderful journey working here.
On personal account, it helped me a lot to develop social skills, which I think are very important in any walk of life.
Your efforts are very nice, so keep it up with your smile. Always maintain your spark within you.
And the ultimate thing that we are trying to achieve, when I and my fellow teachers are trying to achieve, to empower the students. That is the ultimate thing, because if students are empowered, they will emerge as the leaders of tomorrow.
SPARC members, best wishes to you for your work, your ideas, your programs and your innovation.
Now, let's have a look on what Ms. Shruti Pandey, convener of SPARC, has an overview for upcoming working of SPARC and its future plans.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Shruti Pandey, convener of SPARC. SPARC has taken a great initiative to create a positive atmosphere for the students. We are aiming to create a stronger community, a community which is full of zeal and is always ready to take up challenges. For the future of SPARC, we've been planning various events, activities and campaigns. We'll soon be celebrating Teachers' Day, Hindi Divas and Gandhi Shastri Jayanti. SPARC has also been planning campaigns like For the Students, by the Students, where students will be conducting workshops on the topics of their expertise to facilitate more peer-to-peer learning. We're also planning to hold debates on crucial topics which needs to be discussed and deliberated upon, so that students become more aware and sensitive towards such issues. Another campaign we're working on is Keep Writing, Keep Growing, where SPARC will encourage students to write poems and articles on the given topics so that the students can find a steady platform to exhibit their creative ideas. SPARC has never left any stones unturned to grab opportunities and take initiatives, and will continue to do so.
Now let's have a glimpse on the AV made by our SPARC members of the 2020 batch, sharing their experience since joining SPARC.
Being in SPARC has been a great journey for all of us. And now let's hear the experience of my fellow mates, second year students in their own words.
SPARC has helped me to grow and explore. Moreover, it has led me to gain experience and take initiatives during an unfamiliar situation. But most importantly, it has enhanced my efficiency during a crisis.
I am very lucky to be a part of SPARC, as I learned many things and it helped me to bring out the best in me.
My experience in SPARC is very grateful, and I learned a lot of things in SPARC, and I have very grateful memories in SPARC with my fellow mates.
Joining SPARC has been a wonderful experience for me. It has given me the opportunity to network, meeting new students, making connections, and has taught me how to work with the team.
My experience in SPARC was very good and different. Everyone out there are very nice and pleasant too. And also I have enjoyed very much and learned new things.
It all a great learning experience. We learn leadership skills. SPARC also help in developing networking skills. It builds a new confidence and skills of every upcoming event.
If you want to learn something new, then SPARC is the right place for you.
Now, I would like to invite Dr. Susmita Bala, Head DME Media School, to give the concluding remarks.
Thank you, Divishri. My best wishes to all the students of the SPARC on this Foundation Day. This Student Council of DME Media School has done tremendous work during 2 years of this existence. The basic objective of SPARC is to infuse positive spirit among the students and to lead them to do something good for their growth. It is an ongoing process and students need to undertake more and more activities to harness their thoughts and skills. Thanks, Annie, to be with my students on this occasion as you wished, and as I also wish that students member of SPARC will make us proud with their work and deeds. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I would now like to call Tina Solanki to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Divyashree. Firstly, I would like to thank our special guest, Anie Ribu Joshy. Thank you, Anie, for giving us such an insightful session and for sparing your precious time with us. I would also like to express my gratitude towards Mr. Aman Sahani, Vice Chairman DME, Honorable Justice Bhavar Singh, Director General DME, Dr. Ravikant Swami, Director DME, for blessing us with your presence. Thank you, sir. Professor Dr. Amrish Saxena, Dean DME Media School, Professor Susmita Bala, Head DME Media School, for their gracious presence. Now, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Facilitator of SPARC, Ms. Krishna Pandey, and Dr. Tina Bora, Assistant Professor of DME Media School, for their constant support. I would like to thank Mr. Yogesh Sharma and Natik Bhatt, member of SPARC, for the excellent technical support. Thank you. I would like to also thank Ms. Shruti Pandey and Ms. Shreya Jha, convener of SPARC, for guiding us through. I would like to extend my thanks to all the faculty members for always motivating us and member of SPARC for their efforts. Now, lastly, I would like to thank all the participants for joining us and making this event a success. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all for coming and sharing this moment with us. Have a wonderful day ahead.
In DME, we believe in engagement and empowerment of students. And since the time this COVID-19 struck in 2020, we intensified this whole process.
For the education sector, it was a big challenge. At DME, our small dynamic team decided to take this challenge head-on.
We organize different kind of programs, different webinars wherein the distinguished people from the industry and other walks of life, they are invited to interact with the students. We try to keep them engaged in taking out newsletter, writing stories, editing stories, and not only that, they make posters, they make cartoons, they write pieces for the newsletter.
Mentoring Cell at DME is a very unique feature in the ecosystem of education. While the subject teachers forge the knowledge domain strongly, it is the mentors who reach out to students in difficult times. During pandemic, when our students faced loss of their loved ones, home isolation, and several other family issues, mentors ensured that students remain cheerful, lively, and stay connected with us.
We have ensured that our students are treated with compassion, warmth, and gentle touch. And it has been our endeavor to treat all the academic activities of our students, which includes PSDA, internal assignment, and various other curricular activities accordingly.
Research Cell also pays huge emphasis on interdisciplinary nature of research. In order to promote this, the research centers of the Research Cell were also motivated to join with each other and conduct research activities for students, faculties within DME and outside DME.
While the strong academics and great industry connect is building great lawyers, media persons, and managers at DME, we at Mentoring Cell are enabling these future leaders to be compassionate, emotionally strong, and resilient for any times to come.
We empower the students. All the schools of DME, they have their students' council. In DME Media School, this council is SPARC. They organize the program themselves, they take their own decisions, and they mobilize the students for all the good cause.
Art has the power to unite and connect during the times of crisis. Bringing people together, sharing, soothing and inspiring are powers of art, which have been made empathically obvious by the DME cultural societies during the COVID-19 pandemic. By taking different innovative approaches in organizing various virtual competitions and events in which the students of DME have taken part with great enthusiasm and proved that DMEians are unstoppable.
Care with compassion is motto of DME. During Corona period, we were always with our students. Their well-being is primary for us. We take care of our students.
We met the expectations of the students, of the parents and above all of the industry. The placements this year were better than those of the previous years. DME is committed to supporting its students in all possible ways.